Hep C. It's going to go down Friday, February the 3rd. Your only mission, should you choose to accept it, get on one of our teams. Doing my team this week, the Coxsicles. We'll do Mary's next week, Snow Babies. Bill's team, Big Bill's Bottom Boys. And you can register to be on Poundcake's team at WMMS.com. So get there and do that. If you want to join me on the Coxsicles, with only victory in mind, be caller 10, and we'll put you down. Okay, good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
They're planning to use to crumble the morals of America is this rotten, filthy, dirty, lewd, lascivious junk.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Got another $1,000 for you in about 5 minutes, 5:30. Listen for that next keyword to go fund yourself. And then I'll have one last one for you at 6:30. I don't know if there's one coming at 7:30 or not. A later Cavs game tonight. They're in Salt Lake City to play the Jazz. That's a 9 o'clock tip-off. So 8:30 is when the pregame Cavs live coverage will begin here tonight on MMS. Hey, Kaylee.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, what's up?
Well, it won't be too long because I know you're all moving on, but per the end of your last segment, when you guys were talking about guys that lie about their height, I feel like whether it's on a dating site or social media, I just think that short dudes are the equivalent to small boobs.
Yeah, but you can increase your cup size.
You can fabricate it, but
you can
in
enhance.
person, it's impossible to replicate it.
Because, once you get in the bedroom, you'll find out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So short dudes equals small boobs.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, but you can literally, if you want to spend the money, you can physically augment your cans. You read all
they
these.
have they have those knee implants, don't they?
Yeah, well, you read these articles about these dudes that are having their legs broken, paying $150,000 so they can get extra 2.5 inches on the. Holy cow! I guess I take your point. Yeah, are you? I've never looked closely enough, Kaylee. Are you speaking as a small boobed girl?
Absolutely, itty bitty titty committee right here.
Yeah, because you're a thin girl. You're petite. Yeah.
Yes, that's a good word for it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, thank you, Kaylee.
All right, love you guys.
All right, love you too. There's Kaylee out in Medina. Short guys, drawing an analogy there, short guys and girls with tiny boobs. Yeah, but some guys are into small boobs.
Just like some girls are into short guys.
But are they? Mm-hmm. Are there girls into short guys?
Short king, my love, yada, yada. Like that's... I'm serious.
Yeah. Short king.
Short king is like a whole thing, yeah.
Mrs. CeeLo Green. Okay. Short king. Yeah. All right. Well. Some people trying to make the distinction between being shallow and having preferences. I think it's a distinction without a difference.
Right.
I think the word shallow hits people the wrong way when there's nothing evil about being shallow. It's people who pretend they're not that have, and if you dig deep enough, ironically, you'll find we're all a little shallow.
Oh, the deeper you go, the more shallow you are.
Yes. And people are like, I like someone's intelligence. I don't care how they look. Like, that's all nonsense because the first thing you do is you see someone's face.
Brian, straight up.
You don't know how they are before you see their face.
Like when I said to Brian on our first date, you're not my type or whatever, he has been very upfront with the fact where he is like, I am attractive. I date attractive people. Like he's straight up. He has no problem saying it where he is like, there's a certain level of cuteness that I require from a girl. And that's why I was single for 2 years.
But he also, he put you on notice. He's like, get too fat. You're out of here.
I know. What did I say the other day?
Yeah, but every guy has a certain level of cuteness that he'll.
I don't think they do.
Yes, they do.
No.
Not me.
But
It's
also
all about
cuteness
your
It's why
intelligence.
it's why women complain about ugly guys who are still picky.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody has what is cute to them as their level.
Right.
Right.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Because you'll see a couple of threes married, very happy, and they're like, I got the hottest guy on the planet right here.
Because they're both threes.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Cognitive dissonance. What is it?
Cognitive dissonance.
Dissonance?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
You're just lying to yourself.
A lot of people go pretty far doing that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me give you this money. You have to wait too long here after the break. A chance to go fund yourself $1,000 every single time you hear one of these. Some of the keywords are a little bit more on the nose than others, but it could get you some money, so good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at WMMS.com. That's cash. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
I got something to tell you, baby. Don't get mad this time. If you want my wiener, you give me ease all up in my mind. Baby, please want my wiener.
What? What is this?
Oh, want my wiener.
It's Warm My Wiener from 1935.
Won't you just want my wiener? Cause he really don't feel right cold. Now listen here, sweet baby. I ain't no lying man. If you want my wiener one time, you'll want to warm him again. Baby, please want my wiener.
I assume he's singing about a dachshund, right? Your pet.
Oh, want my wiener. Won't you just want my wiener? Cause he really don't feel right cold.
What, you don't know Bo Carter from the mid-30s? The guy who is also famous for the song Let Me Roll Your Lemon?
Oh, boy.
Banana in your fruit basket?
I had
Pin in your cushion? Your biscuits are big enough for me? My pencil won't write no more? Please warm my wiener? You don't know any of those songs?
I had a very Cody moment while we're talking about wieners and dachshunds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I knew how that word was spelled. Well,
It's a German word. Wiener or dachshund?
Dachshund. Because we were playing catchphrase at a family Christmas party, and I was trying to get everyone to say the word dachshund. And no,
But that's not a spelling. That's a mispronunciation.
Dachshund.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was dachshund. I thought it was dachshund.
I see.
And that is what I have out loud called those dogs from the day I've ever
It's a
seen them.
German word. Nobody's, I mean, you know.
Because the other team,
Dachshund.
my cousin's husband was silent with like this smirk on his face as I'm trying to describe this word. And he goes, that's not what that word is. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, I'm describing it. And I finally, he goes, you meant dachshund. And then everyone was like, oh my God, that makes so much. I was like, that must be the first time I've ever seen that word. Because I didn't know what that D-O-X-E-N would be dachshund.
Well, it's Dachshund.
Dachshund.
Yeah.
Dachshund.
Hund is dog in German, and then, yeah.
Dachshund. Dachshund.
Dachshund.
Dachshund race.
Did you guys watch The Pale Blue Eye? Is that what your story was?
Oh, my God, yes. So, Brian.
And you hated it?
Here's my thing. Brian is a sleepy man because he works very hard, okay? I am not upset with him for being a sleepy man, but he chooses movies that he has an interest in. If it were up to me,
Because I wanted to watch that.
If it were up to me, the TV would never be on. I'm more of a reader, do a Sudoku, play a game on my phone before I go to bed. I just don't watch a lot of TV or movies, okay? But he always has a TV on. He goes, I heard this Pale Blue Eye. It's supposed to be good, blah, blah. It's like, he called it, even said, it's a figure it out. You like figure it out.
Christian Bale and a guy playing Edgar Allan Poe.
2 hours and 15 minutes,
Yeah.
which is entirely too long. He fell asleep about 40 minutes in. And then I was like, I don't want to finish this movie. Already 40 minutes in, it's not very good.
But he knows clearly that this is what he's going to do. He's going to fall asleep.
He knows from the second he lays down. If he sits upright, he'll make it through the whole movie. But I know he's given up, and he knows he's given up from when he lays down. We're both like, all right, throw in the towel.
But why doesn't he go to bed and you read a book?
He doesn't want to go to bed. He wants to be on the couch.
But he falls immediately asleep.
Immediately asleep.
Yeah,
As
okay.
soon as he lays down, he's out.
Okay.
Why don't you get to pick the movie?
Because I would rather not watch anything.
Yeah, she didn't want to watch a movie.
Okay.
I'd rather have the TV off. So he picks whatever movie he thinks is of the moment.
So when he
or
falls
whatever.
asleep, why don't you just turn it off?
Because now I'm 48 minutes invested in this movie.
But also, would it
Who
be
cares?
considered? Would he consider it rude for you to read a book as he's watching a movie?
No, I've done that before.
Yeah.
Where I'll put my headphones on, like noise canceling headphones, and
Yeah.
just read a book.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm like 42 minutes into this movie, and I'm like, dude, there is an hour and a half left. Like, I don't want to watch the rest of this movie. And I'm like, you know what? I'll give it 30 more minutes. And if it doesn't pick up in the next half hour, I'm shutting it off. So then I get halfway into the movie, and I'm like, well, now there's only an hour left. Maybe it'll get good in the next hour. And it doesn't. It's got like a twist to it that's kind of like, oh, interesting.
I
But
was
it's
really
not
excited
worth-
for it, but I've heard too much back and forth
It's
on
not
it.
worth 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Because I like he does real good work with that
And
director. That's
Christian
Scott
Bale's
Cooper.
great.
and-
I mean, like,
yeah.
it's set up to be Edgar Allan Poe, and like it's a murder mystery. Like, there's great elements to it, and I think it should have been a lot better than it was.
Just doesn't pay off.
Yeah. And I think I get a little, I don't know what the right word is, not aggravated. Like, I hold something against it.
You resent the movie.
I resent the movie a
Because
little
it's
bit.
wasted your time.
Because I didn't want to watch it in the first place. And now I've watched all 2 hours and 10 minutes of it.
It's
I
like
don't have it in my body to shut something off halfway through.
you
That's
want
so
to
dumb. Just turn it off.
I can't. I have to know how it ends, even if it's bad.
Just Google it.
No.
You want to tell
Then shut
Brian
up.
and the movie, I told you so.
Yes. Well, I even put that on my story because we follow the same procedure multiple times a week, okay? So, and every single time as I'm closing up the back room, turning off the lights, getting the living room ready, he'll be like, what happened? What happened to Edgar? And that's on my story. He's following me to the
Well,
bedroom.
I didn't go that far, but I was like, what happened to Edgar?
That's exactly what he's asking. What happened to Edgar, though? I'm like, you don't get to know. But then you know what he'll do to get back at me? Then he'll watch the same movie 3 nights in a row. I'm like, you know what? We have
Yeah.
two
He
living
Gets through
rooms.
it. Yeah.
We have 2 living rooms. I'll go in the front and read my book.
Well, because I have half the people texting me saying they turned it off in 30 minutes, and the other half saying, ignore Mary, it was very good.
It was not very good.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it has
anytime
a
you
couple
say
twists.
something's not very good, it's usually stuff that I like, so I think I'm going to watch it.
If you got 2 hours and 10 minutes,
I
That's
have
one of those.
so much time.
That's one of those movies I would have to watch myself because Gwen really doesn't like slow
It's
movies,
slow.
and I will let a movie burn all the way through.
Well,
Like
and
that doesn't
that's-
really bother me.
my thing is that I'm like, it's got to get good at some point, right?
Not necessarily.
They wouldn't have made it if it sucked the whole time.
There's a lot of movies that they made that suck.
And that's the thing is that I'm like,
Didn't you
dang,
guys realize this sucked the whole time when you were making it?
This went. There's so many loops where it could have been canceled and nobody did. It's not horrible. I would say like 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. It's entertaining enough. It is very slow. And there's like 2 pretty good twists. But
Well, Shannon texted me that she appreciates, I'll call you a martyr for the cause, that she just learned how to pronounce dachshund because of you.
oh, you're welcome.
So there you go.
There you go.
Doing some good things. Is anybody watching?
Dachshund. We got Dachshund here.
Dachshund.
See, nobody cares.
That sound.
Is anybody watching Tulsa King?
No.
Stallone?
No, my
The mob guy?
girlfriend wants to watch it because someone's in it.
Andrea Savage.
That's
It's a
who it is. She loves Andrea Savage.
She's so foxy, and it's a drama, so she's not joking around in it. But yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. We haven't really been watching.
We've been watching the
series.
Bernie Madoff documentary. Holy cow.
I've been watching. Most of what I've been watching has been a YouTube show about like old video games, and that's. I don't need darkness. I don't need murders and stuff like that right now. I
Yeah, I don't
just
really care
like
about that either,
Light
but-
stuff, and even like crime and stuff like that. Like I don't know, something that it just makes me happy. So watching the story of Super Mario Brothers 3 makes me I'm thrilled watching this, learning about it.
Well, Paramount, which is where this Stallone show is, and it's getting mixed reviews, but Paramount has spent a ton of money on these prestige projects, like the 45th Yellowstone spinoff and all this crap. They get Harrison Ford and they pay him out the ass or whatever, and Stallone's Tulsa King and all that. So classic good news, bad news. Paramount was 2 weeks away from filming the Workaholics movie, and they scrapped it.
Saw that.
Oh,
So they're like, I hope we get to do it somewhere else. I loved Workaholics when that was a television show. But good news, bad news for people who dig it, they greenlit the Community movie.
I am very excited.
So that's going to start shooting this
Love
summer. Every couple of months, I go, all right, let's try to get into Community again. And there's just something there.
I think
I can't.
That's one of those shows you had to watch along the way because I felt that same way. Oh my God, what show? Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm. When you guys it's the most amazing show, it's the most amazing show, but that doesn't make it binge worthy. Like I can't watch 4 episodes of Curb
No,
in a
because
row.
Curb, I love Curb.
It's the same thing.
But it is the same show for 20 years.
I
yeah.
kind of feel the same way about Community, that it's like the same kind of themes
Is
over
it?
and over again.
Really?
For me,
Community
at
is
least.
so different. Like they.
I have a hard time binging that show as well.
I mean that show goes into all sorts of different places and recreates.
Is the first season
Characters-
just slow then?
I don't even think the first season.
Parks
if
and
you
Rec
don't,
took
like,
some time to get going.
Yeah, I mean,
Parks and Rec took like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
The first season of Community is not what the show stays being.
So maybe that's my problem.
It becomes a very different show than the first season.
You know what show I loved? I fell ass backwards into it. We were just looking for something random. Is Killing It? Are you watching Killing It? The Craig Robinson show where he traps
I didn't watch
snakes
that
on.
one.
Oh God, is that funny? Holy Christ, is that a funny
I love
show?
Craig Robinson though,
So good.
But like with Community, the first season, they're kind of establishing things, but again, if you don't like those characters after the first season, then you're probably not going to love that show. But there's a lot of nuance to that show. There's a lot of callbacks. I love it. I loved it from the first episode though.
But you're right though. Some light, like Handmaid's Tale, or I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. But I've been watching these, this like a lot of, what is it called? Like gaming history or something like that. And this guy just does these episodes on YouTube, and it's great. And he'll talk about, I've been mostly doing Nintendo stuff because that's the stuff that I'm most interested in. But they're really well done, and they're very informative, and I just enjoy the hell out of them talking about Super Mario World and everything that went into that. And they're like between 30 minutes and an hour long, and I'll sit there and watch them, and then my girlfriend be like, what is this? And she'll get wrapped up in it too. And then there's another one about, I don't know, a lot of YouTube stuff. I'm like a kid where I'm watching like the brilliance of Blink-182. And I'm like, I don't know about brilliance.
That's a short documentary.
Yeah, but it was interesting to kind of go through their career and all the different iterations and some of the evolution of the band and stuff like that. And I like stuff like that.
There's a documentary that's going to premiere on Netflix in a couple of weeks called Gunther's Millions. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
About the dog that has this rich old woman, like really rich, German heiress or something, who left all of her money to her German shepherd.
That's the plot of Aristocats.
And so it's about Aristocats.
It is.
Not the aristocrats.
No, the Disney show Aristocats. This super rich lady in Paris leaves all of her money to her cats. So the butler kills the tries to kill the cats.
Yeah, the documentary is about like the people who work for the dog and how they're like trying to steal money from
That's
what
literally
it looks wild.
Aristocats, dude.
I never saw Aristocats.
That's like one of Disney's earliest movies. Is exactly that plot. Yeah.
And that perked Poundcake up. He knows Aristocats.
Aristocats was one of my favorite Disney movies for a long time.
Actually, one of my least favorite. But I know that.
Well, I will let you two fight this out while I go to break. If you want to text for anything, 35192. You can listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS. Rover's Morning Glory.
This would have been the worst thing ever as a kid.